got a little bit of pickup.
The tires still chirp when it goes into second.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
There you go. But people certainly are polite when you drive this thing.
Yes.
They get out of the way, and it's fantastic. Welcome to another episode of Jay Leno's Garage. Today we have some cars from the Sheriff's Department. This is how they caught you in the old days. This is a 1978 Chevy Nova. It's got the police package on it. We're going to drive it. It's pretty cool. But let's see how they catch it today. This is what most of you are concerned about. Let's meet Lieutenant Killeen from the Sheriff's Department. How are you, sir?
Doing well, Jay.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Now, what do we have here? We have here, this is a Ford Explorer, is it basically?
This is the 2016 Ford Police Interceptor Utility.
Okay.
This is the latest version. We started buying these a few years back when the Crown Victoria ceased operation.
I like the Crown Vic. Those were kind of cool because you could crash them and send them to them. They could put a new fender on and send it back out again. They were I think that was the last body on chassis police car, wasn't it?
The body on frame was a real benefit to us because we do drive some hard miles and the cars do get we have some crashes.
Right.
And it was really nice. We could take a fender off one car and put it on another, and sometimes you'd have an entire Frankenstein car.
Right.
Everything gets put together, but it goes 10.8 and it's out there.
Now, is this rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive? What is it?
This is an all-wheel drive, and it's a 6-cylinder.
Okay. So these must be, when these get hit, it's a lot more expensive to fix than a Crown Vic. You don't just take the hammer out and bang out the fender, is it?
Right. It's much more expensive. We're finding on even a moderate front-end hit that we have to take the entire front end apart, the engine out, and re-piece together the frame components.
You know, we were fortunate to have a bunch of highway patrol guys here, and we had cars from the 50s up until the current day. They brought a whole bunch of them. My favorite were the mid-60s Chrysler, roll-up windows, no air conditioning, shotgun, big 440 V8, and those things were fast. Are these particularly quick?
Not particularly, but we don't concern ourselves too much about top speed. What we're more concerned about is, instead of the 0 to 60, we're more concerned about the 60 to 0.
Right.
We want to make sure the car stops and everybody's safe.
Okay. And obviously it has all sorts of electronic equipment you couldn't even have dreamed of back in the day, huh?
This, when you combine all the antennas on there, there's about 12. Some of them are hidden in some of the caps there. But with all the electronics we run these days, with the mobile digital computers, some cars have license plate readers, we have low jacks, we have all sorts of different stuff in here, radios that communicate in 3 different bands. And it all requires antennas. It's a power draw on the car. There's just a lot of stuff going on in the cockpit.
And that new light bar is really unfair because you can't see it in the rearview mirror, okay? Because in the old days you had the big thing up there. You could go, oh, okay, there's a police officer behind me. Now you can't. You can't really see that. That seems like cheating to me.
Well, I think it's perfectly fair.
Well, all right, we would beg to differ on that one too. But I imagine you can get a lot higher top speed because those old light bars used to be almost like a windbreak, wasn't it?
You know, it was really neat because when you got up to speed in one of these, you could hear the wind whistling through it, and you knew you were going a little faster,
right.
and you can kind of gauge your speed from that too. But this is it is a lot lower profile. It's about half the size of the cars from the 70s.
Because a lot of people that watch this website are fascinated by this type of stuff. You know, you watch these YouTube videos and you watch these guys, they pull out of the parking lot and they nail it and they do a donut and they plow into the Camaro across the street. What's the difference between exhibition of speed and just speeding and racing? And which one is the worst offense? Which is the one you as a police officer go, okay, that's way over the line?
Well, you have your garden variety speeder. It's the person doing 55 and a 40 or going too fast in a school zone. Those citations are pretty much it's a citation on your record. You had a speeding ticket. Then you advance into other areas like you do the burnouts and the donuts and stuff that we're seeing is popular these days. Those actually become misdemeanors.
Okay.
And you can be prosecuted in court, and there's a potential of going to jail for that.
Really?
And then you got the racing violations too, which is even more severe because the faster you guys go, the faster the cars go, and the more people watching, it gets much more and more dangerous.
But 2 vehicles is always a worse ticket than a single vehicle. Is that pretty much correct?
I would lean toward that because there's a lot more collusion. There's people that are watching you.
Yeah, okay. Oh, tell me, I want to ask you about the license plate reader. Now, I read somewhere they can read like 1,000 plates a minute or it's some crazy thing, isn't it?
It's really quite amazing because you can sit on the side of a road and every car that goes by, it'll click it off, even if they're doing 50, 60, 70, 80 miles an hour.
And you say click it off, what will that tell you? Let's suppose you're sitting there, a car goes by, how long before it tells you that tag is expired or that you know, that plate doesn't match the car, that type of thing.
What we're looking for on that is, it doesn't tell us everything about the car, because most of the cars going by us, we have no interest in. But it will flag if there's a stolen car comes by, a car wanted for a felony, a car with felony warrants against it,
Right.
and that we get an alert on our screen, and even a photo of where the car was, so we can kind of judge
But how
which
long does it
direction.
take? I mean, you're sitting by, boom, car goes by, that car gets tagged. How long does it take you to get that information from the computer? Is it really that
It's
quickly?
very quick.
Wow, enough so you
very
can
quick.
put the light on and catch him. It's not like 5 minutes later.
Absolutely. You can.
Wow.
You have enough time to see the car go by, see it on your screen, put it in drive and go.
Okay.
It's that quick.
And does anybody actually ever outrun you guys? Because you have radios now, so, and you communicate. When I watch here, the car chase is like a staple of LA television now. And why do people continue to run? They never seem to get away, do they?
Very, very rarely. And,
Yeah.
and we've adjusted our policies, our pursuit policies backwards, where we get our helicopters involved as quickly as we can. Of course, the radios, you're never going to outrun a radio. You're not going to outrun a helicopter. And we'll put you in surveillance mode, and we'll watch you until you stop, and then we'll go scoop you up.
Now, what's the biggest ticket you ever wrote? Like the worst? Just a guy that just really makes your blood boil.
You know, the only one that really jumps out at me is I wrote a guy a ticket for doing 85 miles an hour in a 40, and it was probably a car aficionado,
Oh, okay.
if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Okay.
I tend to know what that means. Oh, okay. Well, this is how many horsepower is this? Geez,
It's about 245.
About 245. All right. So, all right, it's not going to catch me in the Lambo, so I'm okay there. So that's pretty good. Well, very good. It's very good. Now, this car is interesting to me because the sheriff's department kind of went to the manufacturer and said what they wanted, but that's pretty much standard now, isn't it? You make a list of what you want in the car, what you feel it should have.
Right. In the 70s, there was a lot of indecision about what a police car should be, and we tried different things, and finally the manufacturer started working with us and other law enforcement agencies to come up with a police vehicle.
Right.
And the mid-70s, late 70s, when they started with the Novas and other vehicles, and we refined the testing to that to where we've got very specific police package vehicles that are being produced.
Like this one would have been something the kids in the 80s would have wanted to find in a junkyard, you know, just a police Nova with the cop package, you know, like they said from Blues Brothers. Cop tires, cop engine, cop muffler, cop, you know, all that kind of stuff. And that's basically what this car is, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Now, your buddy belongs to him.
Yep.
Bill. Bill, this is your car. Bill, come on in.
How are we doing, Jay?
Good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Okay. Now, you restored this car, is that correct?
Yeah.
So this is your personal vehicle?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, very nice. So it was an actual sheriff's car?
Yes, this was in service with the LA County Sheriff's Department for about 3 years.
Okay. Were you in the department when these were being used?
As an Explorer.
Okay. Oh, really? Is that right?
Yeah.
And did you have the mustache as an Explorer? I'm just
No.
No. I didn't know. You look like you should be on a can of baked beans or something. I mean, by golly, try Bill's baked beans. And you got it's a great mustache, by the way.
Thank you.
So why did you want one of these? Now you did not experience this car. Why was this car interesting to you?
In my younger days as a deputy sheriff,
Right.
I started asking a lot of people, hey, what was your favorite radio car? Mm-hmm. And I started getting all the feedback, and everybody said Nova, Nova, Nova.
Right.
So that was my decision, was to find the Nova because that would be the most thought of.
Okay. How about you? What was your favorite car? These are pretty much all the same now. Was there one when you were coming up that, as a young man, I want to try one of those?
I can't say other than the only memories I really have is the Ford LTD in the mid 80s,
Right.
and the braking systems and how hot they would get. And you can get to the scene of a hot call, and you could see the rotors inside glowing.
Wow.
And you could smell the brakes burning.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
really, you knew you had a good night when you could smell the brakes burning.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's a good night.
That's a good night.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's go back to this one now. So where did you find it? Did you get it at an impound lot, or did you buy it from the sheriff's department?
Well, this one was purchased from our auction by a civilian. And I met him on the street, and we were talking, and he didn't want it anymore.
Okay.
So it was a great thing that happened, that I wanted the Nova, and there was one right in front of me that he didn't want anymore.
Now, obviously, when he bought it, all the police equipment is stripped from it, right? There's no light bar. There's none of that. It
Right.
just looks like that one.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
Okay, so then you had to go back and find all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the numerical designation for a Nova with the police package? Was there one?
Yeah, it was the 9C1.
9C1.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
And could a civilian go into a Chevy dealer and say, I want the 9C1 option on a Nova and get all the police stuff, you know, the engine, the brakes, and everything like that?
From what I understand, they could, yes.
Okay, but it was sort of,
It was pricey.
you had to know about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this has what? The Chevy 350.
Yes.
And how many horsepower is this?
195.
195. Well, I can outrun that. That shouldn't be a problem. But that was big horsepower in the engine-starved emission strangulation cars of the late 70s. 195. Corvette wasn't much more than that.
Yeah.
So this is basically a Corvette engine. It had the big brakes and the big tires. What else did it have in it? Did you have to, so obviously, when you got it from the guy, did it have the cage in the back?
No, it had nothing. Everything was stripped out at fleet.
Okay.
And then the car, just the shell itself, goes to auction.
Oh, I see. So even maybe the person buying at auction doesn't even realize that it's a police package car.
Some do, but some actually go after that because they think
Okay.
that, you know, with the performance and all the extra equipment, that's something that they want. But not too many people know about it.
Now, it looks like that has the steering wheel out of the Z28. Is that the Camaro steering wheel?
Yes,
In there?
yes.
Okay, so it's got some Z28 stuff in it. So they kind of went through the parts bin at Chevrolet to get all the high-performance stuff?
Yeah.
And why did they go to the smaller Nova? It seems to me the big Caprice or the Impala, you know, to put people in the back. This was not a full-size car. Was it done for economy reasons, or what? Why did they?
From what I gather, yes.
Okay.
It was something that they wanted to put together for money, save money, and this is what they came up with.
Oh, okay, very cool. So you got the dog dish hubcaps
Yeah.
and the big tires on it, and the old school light bar. See, that's when I know somebody's behind you. Now you know. Okay, now you know there's a cop behind you. You're not. At least that's being fair. And the spotlights. Now these lights, I believe these are illegal on civilian cars now, aren't they?
Not that I know of.
I thought maybe they were. I was told were those on there when you got this?
No.
Okay,
no.
then
It was just holes.
Because I don't think it's legal for a civilian to have that searchlight because people abused it. You know, they'd shine it in people's
Right, yeah.
windows or pretend to be police. You know,
Right.
that kind of stuff. So that would be. Is it hard to find this kind of old equipment?
It's getting harder.
Yeah.
As the years pass, it's getting very difficult to find some of the equipment.
Like when the police take these things out of service, do you guys, as police officers, take them off? Or,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. And you got the old school radio.
Yes. And the shotgun's mounted on the seat itself.
Oh, right,
So
right.
as the seat moves, the shotgun rack moves also.
No, I said the shotgun moves. Yeah, that's okay. So now you really are riding shotgun.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Okay. Very cool. Did these have emissions, or were they police cars exempt in the 70s? I think they were exempt, weren't they?
Something tells me yes.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a
okay.
little bit of a break from the state.
Okay, so you might have had more than 195 horsepower. Did they seem fast to you at the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because they were a lot lower than the previous police cars.
Right.
They were
Well, that's
smaller.
true, yeah, yeah.
Which gave great turning because the center of gravity is lower. So to take a turn, to make a U-turn, fabulous.
Did you ever have to do many chases in one of these? Well,
No.
not in this one. You drove. What was the one you drove?
I came out, they had the Malibus.
Oh, Malibus. Okay, okay. And then for a while, you had the AMC Matadors, isn't that right?
Yeah, from 1972 to 1973, we had the Matador.
And what was the idea there? That the guy you were chasing would laugh so hard that you were in a Matador that hopefully he would go off the road? Was that
Probably.
That was the thinking? No, actually, the Matador was a fine car. If you're in the Matador Club, don't write me a letter. I'm just making a stupid joke. Hey, Mr. Leno, as the president of the American Matador Association, you know, I'm sure it's a fine car. Now, what was did you ever have a really big high-speed chase? Did you have many of those when you were an officer?
Just a few, just a couple.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what's the highest you had to go? Do you remember?
It was close to 100.
Okay.
And we chased them all the way down to almost the border for Mexico,
Really? From where?
Temple City.
Wow. What was he thinking? He would get across the border?
I don't know. It was a carjacking.
Oh.
We almost got to the border, and he decided to turn around, and the pursuit went all the way back to Monterey Park.
Wow. So that's what, 2-hour pursuit?
It was long.
Wow.
It was long.
Okay. And the hope you'd run out of gas, probably.
We were hoping, but he didn't.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, very cool, very cool. Power steering or non-power steering?
Power steering.
Power steering. Did you guys have air conditioning in '78?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I remember a lot of the earlier cars did not have air, right?
Right.
That came in what, the mid-'80s, something like that?
No, they had it before that.
Oh, they, okay.
70s.
Disc brakes in front, drums in
Yes.
back?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
And it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of room there.
No, when they finally came out in service, it was comical at some point because if you had two large deputies, almost their shoulder patches were touching.
Yeah, you look like circus bears driving
Right,
this
right.
thing.
It was funny.
And that seat looks like the most uncomfortable seat. That's like, talk about a bench seat, and it doesn't hold you in. You just slide all over the place.
It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah. I guess they don't want you getting too comfortable in the car. In the back, boy, that's really. I mean, did you ever find yourself having a really fat guy? You just can't get him in there, huh? Yeah.
Yes, you ask them to go in, please. And
Ask him to go in, please. So, how much work was this to restore?
this took about 5 years.
And how many sheriff's departments are there around the country? I mean, I think of
Hundreds.
L.A. I mean, what makes a sheriff different than city police? I mean, like some states don't have sheriffs. What makes it?
Lieutenant Killeen can answer that one.
Well, you know, the Sheriff's Department's responsible for we have three primary responsibilities. One is patrol for the unincorporated areas and the over 40 cities that contract with us for police services. We provide security at the jails. We provide security for the courthouses in LA County. We also have many other duties as well from the Kern County line all the way to the ocean, the rail lines, community college. We have a lot of different jobs.
Okay. And a ticket from the sheriff's department is the exact same ticket from the highway patrol or from LAPD, is that right? Like if you get a ticket for speeding from the sheriff, do you go to a different court than you would LAPD or highway patrol?
You go to your standard courthouse and you're going to have people who've gotten tickets from the CHP, LAPD, any other.
Yeah, I try to get one
yeah.
from each because I don't want to have any favorites. So I want to make sure that I have a ticket from each department.
Do you have one from us yet?
Not recently, no. Not
It's early.
We still have time.
But no, the tickets are the same. The format's different, but the ticket's the same, the fines are the same because you're looking at the same judge.
Right, okay. Oh, so, okay, well, very cool. All right, cool. So is this something we could take for a ride?
Absolutely.
Cool. I think I'll find one of my friends and run them down. Let's do it. That's got a little bit of pickup.
The tires still chirp when it goes into second.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
There you go. But boy, this is a pretty uncomfortable seat, isn't it?
It is.
Just
It is.
nothing. There's no support, no padding.
It's thin.
Yeah. But people certainly are polite when you drive this thing.
Yes,
They get out
yeah.
of the way, and oh, it's fantastic.
After a while, you get used to the rattles.
Yeah.
There's rattling everywhere.
Did you ever meet any guys that actually drove this car? Do you know where it came out of? What division?
I have the actual, what we call the birth certificate.
Yeah.
And it's a 5x8 card. It tells what equipment to put on it,
Right.
the license plate, the engine, anything that's important, what type of radio to put in.
But where did it come out of? Was it a division near you? Was it,
No, that's the only thing is it didn't say where it was stationed throughout its career. So I wished I had some information. The sirens nowadays are totally different than the ones they have now. The old sirens were up on the
Right.
light bar itself. So when you were in a pursuit or rolling code 3, a lot of times you couldn't hear you.
Yeah. It doesn't go bad, this thing, but boy, it feels like the 80s or the 70s, doesn't it? See, I thought these Novas were rarer than that. I thought they only did a few of them. I thought it was like kind of they had those Fox-bodied Mustangs for a while, the Highway Patrol.
Oh, yeah,
did,
those 5.0.
Now, did you guys ever have those?
No.
Okay. I guess Highway Patrol is more pursuit than you guys would be, right?
And continually traveling.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
on the freeways all the time, just
Yeah.
going nonstop. So
Yeah. Well, how cool is that? I want to thank Bill. Thank you, Bill. Thank you
Thank you.
much for restoring
It was
us
my
and bringing us
pleasure.
by and showing us how they used to catch guys like me back in the old days. And where's Lieutenant Bob? Lieutenant Bob, thank you, sir.
No, thank you, Jake. Thanks for having
Thanks.
us over.
Yeah, a little piece of history. Now, you're both pieces of history. There you go. I'll see you guys next week if I'm not in jail.